Have you ever wondered which small habits make your dog stop trusting you, even while staying close? Trust for a dog is not a promise spoken once, but a feeling repeated in hundreds of ordinary moments. Your dog studies your tone, your timing, your hands, and the safety of your choices long before words matter. When trust weakens, many dogs do not become dramatic. They simply grow quieter, slower, and harder to read. A lowered head, a delayed approach, or a tiny pause can be the first crack in the bond. Here are 10 common mistakes that slowly teach a dog that being near you does not always feel safe. The first mistake is shouting when your dog is confused, scared, or still learning what you want. To you, a raised voice may feel brief, but to your dog it can feel sudden and unpredictable. Instead of hearing guidance, yet your dog begins scanning your face and body for the next emotional storm. That is why some dogs freeze, lick their lips, or lower their ears before you even finish speaking. A calm, consistent voice teaches faster, because trust grows when correction does not sound like danger. The second mistake is changing the rules from one day to the next without any clear pattern. When the sofa is allowed tonight but corrected tomorrow, your dog learns confusion instead of understanding. Dogs relax around predictability because stable rules make the human world feel readable and fair. If your dog hesitates before simple choices, that pause may come from mixed messages, not stubbornness. Clear boundaries repeated the same way each time protect trust far more than sudden emotional reactions. The third mistake is forcing affection when your dog is asking for space, stillness, or distance. Many people call a tight hug love, but many dogs experience trapped movement before they feel comfort. When escape routes disappear, even a gentle dog may hold tension through the jaw, eyes, and shoulders. If your dog turns away, stiffens, or leaves after cuddling, that is information, not rejection. Trust deepens when affection stays optional, because choice is one of the clearest forms of safety. The fourth mistake is punishing fear as if fear were disobedience instead of an honest emotional reaction. A dog who backs away from thunder, strangers, or slippery floors is not trying to challenge you. When fear is corrected harshly, your dog learns that being afraid also makes you unsafe. Then the body may tremble in silence, hide discomfort, or stop asking for help at all. Guiding fear gently, with distance and calm support, teaches your dog that vulnerability is allowed near you. The fifth mistake is ignoring small body signals until your dog feels forced to shout with behavior. Before a growl, there is often a head turn, a lip lick, a frozen paw, or a tightened mouth. Those quiet signals are respectful warnings, and trust is damaged when they are dismissed again and again. A dog who feels unheard may skip the whisper next time and go straight to panic. When you honor the first small signal, your dog learns that communication works without conflict. The sixth mistake is grabbing food, toys, or treasured objects out of your dog's mouth by force. Even if you mean no harm, repeated snatching can make your hands feel like theft instead of help. Thus, that is how some dogs begin guarding, not because they are bad, but because they expect loss. You may notice a faster gulp, a turned body, or eyes tracking your hand with tension. Trading fairly and teaching release with reward tells your dog that cooperation does not end in deprivation. The seventh mistake is handling your dog roughly during grooming, cleaning, restraint, or hurried daily care. Trust is fragile around the body because touch can mean comfort or control depending on your timing. If every nail trim, collar grab, or bath begins with struggle, your dog starts fearing your approach. Then ordinary care feels like an ambush, and even kind touch can trigger guarded movement. Slow preparation, consent breaks, and gentle repetition teach your dog that your hands can listen. The eighth mistake is teasing your dog with fake throws, withheld rewards, or invitations that become tricks. What feels playful to you can slowly teach your dog that your signals are not reliable. Once trust in signals weakens, recall, play, and training all lose emotional clarity. A dog who looks uncertain before chasing, coming, or taking a treat may be protecting against disappointment. Honest cues create confident movement, because trust depends on your dog believing that your message means what it says. The ninth mistake is refusing your dog a safe place to retreat when the world feels too intense. Rest is not avoidance. It is often how a dog regulates stress before fear becomes behavior. When every bed, corner, or crate is interrupted, your dog loses control over recovery. That is when clinginess, irritability, or restless pacing may appear in places that once felt calm. Protecting one quiet zone tells your dog that distance from pressure will be respected, not challenged. The 10th mistake is becoming emotionally absent, unpredictable, or rushed for so long that connection loses its rhythm. Dogs trust patterns of return, shared attention, and small rituals more than occasional grand affection. When walks, greetings, meals, and rest suddenly feel chaotic, the relationship can start feeling emotionally blurry. Your dog may still love you deeply and yet stop leaning fully into your presence. Rebuilding trust often begins with tiny, dependable moments that arrive on time and feel the same. Most dogs do not ask for perfection. They ask for emotional clarity, physical respect, and a world they can read. Trust returns when your dog sees that your voice, hands, and choices have become easier to predict. The bond grows strongest when your dog no longer has to guess whether closeness will feel safe today. So if you want your dog to believe in you again, become the calm pattern your dog can rest inside.